All right. What about you?
I'm not going to disagree. If someone's overweight, you should tell them they're overweight and not healthy.
Okay.
Especially if they're your friends.
Yeah, like I'm not going to just sit here and be like, yeah, girl, you look good. No, you need to get in the gym and lose like 15.
If we're friends, right?
Yes.
You're overweight, friend.
I am.
Call me friend. I'm just kidding.
Misogyny.
All right. What about you?
I think that body positivity, like overall, I would say is more helpful just because I think people should like appreciate like or accept like who they are, but like not to the extent where it's like, okay, nothing you do is wrong or you shouldn't improve any or anything. I think people should have like good self-esteem, but be realistic about the weight that they should lose. And I don't think overweight women are lazy. I think like a lot of people are just like depressed and they cope with food. So I think like treating that would in turn help them lose the weight.
Okay, W.
Gay.
All right, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, no. I feel like there's levels. Like you can't be fucking nasty to somebody and be like, you're a fat ass. You know, if my friend, if it's somebody that's close to me and I see that it's a problem like health wise, yeah, I absolutely feel like you should be able to tell them like, hey, listen, I love you, but lay off the crackers a little bit. You know what I mean?
I think we need to bring bullying back. I think women need to make fun of fat people. Yeah. Because the thing is that we live in a world where it's anti-bullying, be nice, you know, my feelings and all this other bullshit. No, I think we need to go back to telling people that they're stupid. I think we need to go back to telling people that they're fat. And I think we need to go back to telling people and highlighting their inadequacies. I think the reason why so many people are mediocre is because we condone mediocrity and we tell them it's okay. And people are soft, but
I don't know about bullying, but I could agree with that.
Well, here's the thing though, like if you criticize someone, it's considered bullying. So
yeah. I mean, I guess in today's standards, I would, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, but it's all about how you say things. To me, it's like you can say something like a bully and the message will get completely lost. Or you could say something like you care.
To women, yeah.
No, I mean, like in general, there's a lot of, okay. Yeah. All right. Like on your show. But nah, yeah, you should say things to people with respect. Cause at the end of the day, you should have some sort of respect for people. But I do agree with the fact that, yeah, people are gotten very sensitive. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
When you're in the military, right, and you're about to go to war, does a drill sergeant say, hey, you know, I think you should do these push-ups. You know, I think you should crawl under this. No, they say, hey, you fuck, go do this, blah, blah, blah. Why? Because it's do or die, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you really want to get shit done, you need to behave like it's do or die. There's a reason why trainers that are very good, drill sergeants, etc., yell at people to get a certain response back.
So you want the world to be just a militant type of life for everyone. Everyone should just be military style, get up, breathe, eat, shit.
No, the world is do or die.
The thing is that people are soft, people are mediocre, and it's because no one kicks them in the ass. Here's the thing. Men tend to fare favorably to this type of coaching, being yelled at, etc. Women, on the other hand, are the ones that have an issue a lot of the times with how information is conveyed. And I can tell you this from experience. I've coached thousands of men, hundreds of women. And what I've realized is this is why I personally don't like to coach women, because when you coach women, you have to speak to them a certain way. They're more concerned with how the information is conveyed versus the quality of information conveyed. Men, on the other hand, they don't care about how the information is conveyed if they're looking to you for guidance. They care more about the information that is conveyed. So the problem with women a lot of times is they're emotional. And since they're emotional, even though the quality of the information is high, they're not going to take it in appropriately. Okay. So with women, you have to watch how you say things. But the problem is that sometimes you have to say things in a way so it gets through to them because it's a dire situation, but they will disqualify the information and stay to be a fat piece of shit instead of doing what they're supposed to do. Which is why when you look at obesity, there's more fat women than there are fat men.
That's true.
Because women can't handle the truth a lot of times, unfortunately.
Okay.
So,
and that means do or die, because if you don't lose weight, you're gonna die.
Yeah. And the other thing too, right? Women get, I hate to say this, but women get positive reinforcement for being fat. We tell them, love your curves. You go, girl. You're a queen. Fuck everyone says. We got plus size dresses for you. If you're a fat dude, bitches aren't sucking your dick, bro. If you're a fat woman, there's still going to be losers out there that watch BBW porn.
Yep.
So as a fat woman, you can still get by in life. As a fat man, unless you got money, and nobody's fucking you. This is what I mean. Remember how I said top of the show, women's life is on easy mode? That's a component of what I mean. Mediocrity is 100% acceptable as a female in 2023.
Okay.
Anything else?
Merry Christmas.
Well, I would disagree.
Sure, go ahead.
Just a little bit. Like you kind of like earlier when you were saying how women live life on easy mode with like OnlyFans and like basically capitalizing off their sexuality and everything.
That was just one example.
Yeah. Well, I think those specific examples that you detailed, it doesn't really lead to like long-term fulfillment and stuff. Like you mentioned, like the fat woman getting laid easier than the fat man and stuff. Women don't really like place as much emphasis on that, like compared to men. So it's kind of like from the male mating perspective, I guess, because that's what they value. But for like women and their mating strategies, it's just not what we prioritize, if that makes sense.
You mean looks?
What do you mean?
As far as for men, we don't prioritize looks in men.
Or we don't prioritize,
We
like,
don't.
because you talked about,
I addressed that. I said, if you're fat as a guy, you better have money.
No, I'm talking about like when you were saying a women live life on easy mode because they
Yeah.
can capitalize off of looks
Yeah.
to get sex, or like capitalize, like use OnlyFans basically to like get sex, or the fat woman can get sex. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just mostly around that. And women, yeah, obviously we value that, but not as much as kind of like the long-term fulfillment. So my argument is that from a man, from the outside, it looks like, oh yeah, women are winning because they get more, sexual access because that's what they value.
Yeah.
But for women, because we value a more stable, like long-term relationship, like stability, the goal is not met. So like it's not on easy mode because our goal isn't fulfilled.
Yeah, but if you're a woman, right, you're going to get approached, correct?
Yeah.
And of those men that approach you, you can pick the one that you want, correct?
Yeah.
So there you go. At least you get the opportunity. Versus a man is never going to get the opportunity unless he becomes a somebody. You exist, an opportunity comes your way. As a man, you have to create those opportunities. So it's not, and the other thing too, the big reason why I say women live life on easy mode is one main reason. Women have all the same rights and privileges of men, while simultaneously have the privilege of being a woman and getting chivalry, which is preferential treatment in itself. Chivalry was created because women used to not have all the same opportunities, rights, and privileges as men. So chivalry was a way to kind of even it up a bit. I'll pay for the date, I'll plan everything, I'll come pick you up, etc. I'll hold the door for you. You're the weaker sex, the more vulnerable sex. That's what chivalry was. It was to kind of make up for that deficit. But there is no deficit anymore, yet women still experience these privileges. That's why I say women live life on easy mode in 2023, because feminism has evened it out and women get privileges that men will never get. You might get invited to a boat party, right? Where you can be.
Not me personally.
Well,
but...
I'm trying. Well, trust me, if you meet the right guy, he'll probably still invite you. Men are out here.
He's about to invite you to something right now, girl.
He's like, you trying to go out?
But what I'm trying to say is because you're saying like, oh well, like I might not get a guy to come up to me or whatever, blah blah. What I'm saying is that as a woman, men are going to come up to you. You're going to at least get the opportunities. Mm-hmm. As a man, you're not going to get the opportunity unless you become a somebody. Then you got to still approach the girl and get curved a million times. The most attractive guys still fail 90% of the time with women. Mm-hmm. Girls tend to think like, oh, you're handsome. You can go fuck any girl you want. No. The most attractive guys only clear about 10% of the girls they talk to. Did y'all know that?
As it should be.
Well, proves my point that women live life on easy mode then. Women live life on easy mode, man.
Well, fuck it. I live on easy mode and I love it here.
I love it here. I love it here.
We know.
I'm simply stating it and acknowledging it, and that's it. And I'm telling
you
guys
are you upset about it, or like what is the what's
I love it here.
I guess what I want to know, Myron, from you is like, what's the end goal for you with this, with the podcast, like with the show? That's I guess that when I think about this show, sometimes I'm like, okay, but what is he telling? Is he upset? Are they mad? What is it?
Do we look mad?
Honestly, not you. You sometimes. You look a little upset.
Maren,
like a little like uptight about
Maren,
it. Like,
who hurt you, Maren?
No,
Maren,
like
who hurt you,
like
Maren?
you didn't get invited enough in high school to stuff.
Oh shit, Maren, who hurt you?
That's all.
Okay.
It's.
Let's use your logic for a second.
I'm not trying. I'm just saying.
No, it's
honestly,
fine.
I just want to know the end. Like, what is the point? What is your point?
Okay.
Girls live on easy mode. Okay. What is the point?
Okay. Well, first, let me use your logic.
Mm-hmm.
In 9/11, right? We know that the Saudi Arabians, the U.S. government, neocons, Israel, and Al Qaeda were involved in 9/11, and we did a whole series exposing it. And we said some uncomfortable truths about all these components that were involved. Do I hate these components?
What they were putting out?
No. Do I hate the people that were involved in 9/11?
Do you hate the people
by stating that they were involved and showing evidence that they were involved? Do I hate them? The U.S. government.
I don't know how you feel about them. I guess not. No.
But I went through a whole series exposing it. So if I acknowledge that they were involved in some type of activity that might have not been favorable or not that great, does that mean that I hate them?
I mean, I don't know. Do you?
No, I don't.
I don't. Okay, so that's your answer.
So if I get on a podcast and I talk about the negatives of female nature and how men need to prepare themselves and not be simps and adapt to the new normal, does that mean I hate women?
Okay.
I don't know if you. She's asking you.
That's why I'm asking you. It's how you speak.
It's the way you speak.
Okay, I'll give you an example. You claim that I'm angry.
I never said that.
You did say that. You said you're
angry.
I say that? You said roll it back if you want to. He said it. You pointed at me.
I said you're triggered because you're getting embarrassed with the facts. That's what I meant. Yeah.
You can't embarrass me for one.
You've done that yourself. I can't do it.
Okay, you're right. Okay, whatever you want to say. Yeah. But anyways, you pointed at me. You said you're angry, and I'm not angry. I'm actually having a really good time. I'm actually having a great time. I got a drink. I got a mic in front of me. We're discussing something interesting. Like, I'm not angry, right? But look at your face. You're squinting. You're triggered. You get mad. You show your cards with your facial expressions every single time. Every single time.
I'm not triggered. It's just very difficult having conversation with people that have lower IQ.
Okay,
that's what it is.
Because
how did you get there?
I'm just being honest.
You got me, Myron. You're so smart.
I mean, that's something a girl with a lower IQ would say.
Yeah,
right. You're right.
I've made statements of fact on multiple occasions. Use logical, use logic, right? 1, 2, 3. So what follows? 4. And it's like, no, 9 follows. And I'm like, oh God, okay, well, this is frustrating. Just
You're
because
emotional.
Okay, nice try. I think I'm actually containing myself very well emotionally, despite the fact that I'm talking with people that just don't understand common logic and common sense and factual statements when it comes to biology and intersexual dynamics between the genders. And just because I acknowledge these things, right, point them out, help the guys understand this stuff, doesn't mean I hate women.
Okay.
Because if I hated y'all, I wouldn't have y'all on the show. I wouldn't be dating girls. I wouldn't be with them. I'd just be like, fuck this shit. I don't want to be around them.
I mean, we are the show. That's why you always invite women. You have a whole thing on women. Like, yeah, you profit from women.
We do multiple shows, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I know you guys do multiple shows. But what I'm saying is that if there was no benefit to having women on your show, you wouldn't. Look at how many people come and pay to just say stuff. Like, yeah, you profit from it. It's fine. It's okay.
Multiple shows doing the same stuff.
Yeah, and then more money.
Girls.
Yeah.
But even if you date women, you talk about women, that doesn't mean that you don't not like them per se. And she's asking you, do you like women?
It was a question.
I mean, he fucks them, so yeah.
But he's never really answering. Like he's just, you're going around it saying, and on a podcast,
Chris,
look,
wow.
I'm just stating facts. That might be unfavorable
are you
to females.
That you have to go out and hustle? Is that what it is? And women can live it easy? Or are you okay with that?
I hate women because I'm saying that women live life on easy mode.
I didn't say you hate. Now I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you, do you like that you can go out and you hustle? That's what men are supposed to do. Men are supposed to provide. Are you okay with being a provider?
It doesn't matter what I'm okay with.
Are you okay with being a provider?
I do what I'm supposed. Here's the difference between men and women, right?
Oh, no.
As a man, you have to perform regardless of how you feel.
How does that make you feel that you have to perform every day?
It doesn't matter.
Why doesn't it matter?
That's one of the key differences between men and women.
Coming from
my feelings don't dictate my actions. Regardless of how I feel, I do what needs to be required. What needs to be done. That's what it is.
Okay. You said last time when I pointed out the fact that you're a little emotional.
Sure.
You stated last time.
Very.
You stated last time that the reason why he's emotional about this topic is because there's a lot of simps out there that need help, and he's passionate about helping them.
Yeah, sure.
Right? So that's what I'm trying to get at. Is that the point? Is that the point of what you're saying? You just want to help them?
This podcast reveals a lot of things about female nature. Lack of critical thinking skills, being emotionally erratic, not necessarily being as logically sound. And I mean, we're about an hour in. We've proven a lot of that just off of, this short conversation. Like a lot of you guys have shown things that we talk about a lot when it comes to male and female communication. Women prioritize the way things are said versus what is said. You guys are sitting here saying, you're being emotional, angry. No, I'm just very matter of fact and very direct.
Yeah, you're very matter of fact.
Yeah, and that's what women are not used to, because women don't speak in matter of fact and direct and concise terms. They speak on how they feel. They're more concerned with how things are said. Well, I'm not talking about how I feel. I'm talking about what's real. And most women are not used to men speaking to them in a very direct and matter of fact way. That's how it is, because when most guys talk to you, they're trying to fuck. So they have to go ahead and speak with imagination. But I'm not doing that. I'm telling y'all, you have low IQ. Or I'm telling you, you have no logically sound arguments. Or that's dumb. Or you're triggered over me using the term slavery when I made a very sound argument on what it was.
You could have used a different word, though. Sorry, but go ahead. Just go ahead.
I mean, there's so many other words
you used to compare, but you used slavery.
You want me to say indentured servitude?
But you went back to it.
No. Because it proves my point that you made. You didn't even know what the argument was, and you said,
You could have used a different word.
Literally. See, if I had a conversation with a man, he would never say some stupid shit like that. He would be like, wait, what was that? Can you repeat that? Okay, cool. All right, that makes sense. I might not like the phrasing, but I understand what you're saying. He's not, what, you want me to say indentured servitude? That's low IQ. That's stupid. Like slavery, indentured servitude, same thing. Same thing. Oh. You want me to get a thesaurus? Looking for another term for slavery. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like oh, man.
You feel like conversations with women is difficult? Is that what you're saying? You said men conversations are easier?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's basically where you're getting at.
Absolutely. Okay. It's simpler. I mean,
women
even women say this. Even women say this.
I think we talk with logic. You guys talk with emotion. And for the most part, he's responding to you, not because he hates you, it's because he's saying, you know what, passionately, in this sense, I'm telling you the truth. I'll take it how you want it.
I'm speaking to you like a man because I'm speaking to you direct and concisely. But you guys have shown this on this panel, right? Not all of you, some of you, right? What I've said a bunch of times on this podcast. Women really have an issue with direct communication. They're more concerned with how things are said and tone and all this other bullshit. That's just not how men communicate. They just don't.
You know what's funny? If you took this information, right, and really took it in, you know what? I'm going out there meeting guys. What's the angle? Yeah. You have the angle right here. We're telling you what it is face to face.
I'm not, again, okay.
Well, we do the podcast to bring it full circle.
Okay.
We do the podcast to teach guys and show guys that women don't think or behave or live a life like you. So you can't go ahead and sit there and try to act as if they're men. They're not. And this podcast proves that every night. We talk about on the daytime show, girls come in, reaffirm what I've said a million times. Lack critical thinking skills, emotional, erratic, don't necessarily have logically sound arguments. No, I don't agree because my experience is this. Like, everything gets proven. And it's only been an hour and we've proven a bunch of things that I say about y'all. But sorry, continue. Go ahead. You were going to ask me something?
No, that was it. I was just wondering.
What else you be saying about us?
I mean, what do you want to know?
What else do you be saying? Because what is it?
I mean, I've been right about a bunch of it.
Okay.
Proven through you, as a matter of fact.
That's funny.